Marse Chan, A Tale of Old Virginia, is a short story written by American author Thomas Nelson Page in 1884. Initially published in Century magazine, it was later included in the collection In Old Virginia, or Marse Chan and Other Stories, 1887. The story is narrated by Sam, a former slave, and offers a romanticized portrayal of life on a Virginia plantation before the Civil War. Page, who grew up on a Virginia plantation and was the son of a Confederate soldier, draws from his own experiences and background. The narrative begins with a northern visitor exploring Virginia in 1872 and stumbling upon the ruins of once magnificent mansions. He encounters Sam, a black man searching for his dog, which holds sentimental value as it belonged to his former master, Tom Channing. Sam, speaking in Southern dialect, gladly shares the story of Marse Chan with the curious visitor. Sam reminisces about the good old times and starts with Marse Chan's birth. As a young boy, Sam becomes the baby's body servant, a position given to him with great ceremony by Mr. Channing, Marse Chan's father. Over the years, Marse Chan and Sam form a strong bond, and Marse Chan also grows up alongside Anne Chamberlain, the daughter of a neighboring plantation owner. As the children, Marse Chan and Anne, grow older, their friendship blossoms into a chivalrous bond. Marse Chan takes on the responsibility of carrying Anne's books to and from school. Both the Channing and Chamberlain families hold hopes of their children eventually marrying, thereby uniting their families and plantations. These aspirations intensify when a sudden flood traps Anne in perilous, rapidly flowing waters. Fearless and determined, Marse Chan bravely wades into the river and rescues his beloved Anne, ensuring her safety. Impressed by his son's heroism, Mr. Channing rewards Marse Chan with a pony as a symbol of his pride. However, as Marse Chan and Anne approach marriageable age, tensions arise between their families. Mr. Channing decides to run for Congress, while Colonel Chamberlain, Anne's father, becomes his opponent. The election campaign reveals the volatile nature of both men, leading to a bitter falling out. When Mr. Channing loses the election, their animosity becomes openly hostile. In an act of retaliation, Colonel Chamberlain publicly announces his intention to sell some of his slaves. Mr. Channing offers to purchase a slave named Maria to reunite her with her husband, who is owned by Mr. Channing. However, Colonel Chamberlain demands an exorbitant price, causing Mr. Channing to decide to wait and buy Maria at a slave auction. Learning of this plan, Colonel Chamberlain arranges for someone to bid against Mr. Channing, but despite the challenge, Mr. Channing successfully buys Maria. In response, Colonel Chamberlain files a lawsuit against him, resulting in a prolonged and bitter legal battle. During this time, Marse Chan attends college. Despite the deepening conflict between their families, he continues to visit and during his vacations, and their friendship remains steadfast. While Marse Chan is away at college, a devastating fire engulfs a barn on the Channing plantation. Mr. Channing, now aged and courageous, rushes into the flames to save his loyal slave, him. Sadly, Mr. Channing suffers severe burns in the process, leaving him blinded. News of his father's tragic accident reaches Marse Chan, and he receives notification of the event. Despite his eagerness to complete his studies, Marse Chan dutifully returns home to assume his father's responsibilities. He finds himself entangled in the ongoing legal battle with Colonel Chamberlain, but remains unwavering in his affection for Anne. Marse Chan courageously confesses his love to her, disregarding the looming conflict. However, Anne, burdened by her loyalty to her father, informs Marse Chan that she does not share his romantic sentiments. Devastated by her rejection, Marse Chan makes the decision to enlist in the Confederate Army. True to his unwavering loyalty, Sam also enlists alongside him. Marse Chan displays immense bravery on the battlefield during the Civil War, yet his heart continues to long for his unrequited love. Eventually, he receives a letter from Anne, confessing her love and revealing that she has always loved him. Overjoyed by her declaration, Marse Chan yearns to return home immediately, but his duty as a soldier prevents him from doing so. Tragically, he falls in battle, never having the chance to reunite with Anne. Sam concludes his narrative by sharing that Anne, shattered by Marse Chan's untimely demise, spends the rest of her life caring for his aging parents. Upon her own passing, she is laid to rest beside him. Now, only Sam and his wife, Judy, remain, nostalgically reminiscing about the bygone days. The Northerner listening to Sam's tale expresses his belief in the authenticity of the story. Marse Chan, A Tale of Old Virginia enjoyed great popularity upon its initial publication, contributing to the mythology of the lost cause associated with the secessionist South. The story continues to captivate students of American literature and history, particularly due to its extensive use of Southern dialect. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.